What's up? It's Roger, aka Roger That, and we are back with today's video. Today, for those that didn't watch yesterday's vlog, feel free to check it out. But just to give you a rundown, today was day one for orientation for May Trucking Company. It was I would say, a very successful day. We started off in the classroom doing some basic stuff. Um, just going over some, again, basic things. Um, one of the things that comes to mind just right off the top was the logbooks and that type of stuff. So after that, we went out to the yard. I don't know what the term for it they have is, but where you essentially do backing skills. There is, I want to say, six of us in my orientation class, six, maybe seven. They picked us up in the lobby at 6:30, a little after 6:30, shuttled us all to the I don't know what the word is for it, the yard or the office, the main place. And again, we did a little basic stuff there in the beginning, and then went out to the yard, did backing skills, did a couple different ones. They have kind of a cool little area set up where um, they have like an area for straight backs. They have like a 45-degree area. The first one was essentially you're in a lane. They put a cone uh, a little bit out ahead of you, and then two cones further out. That is where kind of the boundary is, if you will, those two cones. So you pull up to the cone, you cut around the cone, then pull up to the cones, and then you got to back around the cone and then back into straight into the spot. And then after that, you would go around the cone. You'd go similar maneuver, pulling up to the two cones, back around the cone into like a 45 area, and then they would remove the cone and they did a 90-degree like backing, which I have never done a 90-degree backing. Just going to be honest. In California, or at least in where I went to in Sacramento, all you would have to do is like offset and straight backs, essentially, where was it. So I, even in trucking school, had never done a 90-degree back. So it took me a few tries. I did get it, thankfully. But it was you know, getting used to a 53-foot trailer versus the, I don't know, 28-foot or something like that we used in trucking school. So there was a little bit of just kind of figuring out how to maneuver that and everything. So that was cool. And then they took three of us out on a road test. Um, and I drove first, did really well. Got on the highway, went down a handful of miles, got off, took some back roads to get back to the yard. As we got close to the yard, then, I pulled over. The other two guys, or one of them took the turn. We did the same lap. Third guy took his turn, and we went back to the yard. And then yeah, some of the other guys were taken out to go and do their drive tests or their driving, And so that was cool. They fed us lunch. We got pizza today. There was actually some left over, and I got to bring a little bit home with or back to the hotel with me, which is cool. So we got dinner for the night. But yeah, and we do have some homework, I guess, quote unquote. Um, we've got a couple of different books and an atlas that we got to go through, answer some questions, and that type of stuff. So we're gonna get going on that. But other than that, it was pretty eventful day. We also did do another, I think they call like truck stop backing essentially. So it's honestly like a 90-degree back pretty much, but they have a cone essentially that they want you to pivot around and pretend as if it's like a truck, right? And you're very limited on space. You can't straight back into it, can't 45 degree it. So you got a 90-degree kind of back into the spot, pivot, the trailer, and that type of thing. So it was really cool because again, I've never done any type of 90-degree backing in trucking school. Felt a little rusty today, but again, I did fairly well overall, except for the 90 degrees. Thanks, I had never done those, but it was still cool. It was a great learning experience, and I am looking forward to tomorrow. Uh, and yeah, so hopefully everything goes well. We did the UA today as well, so that wasn't a problem. Um, and yeah, I think that was really about it. I can't really think of much else that happened today. It was again just kind of training, and I think it was for them to see where certain people stand as far as you know your decision making. Uh, yeah, your decision making, essentially your attitude with how you handle maybe not getting it the first try or something like that. So very cool. And again, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So yeah, this video is going to be kind of short. Again, unedited. Eventually, I will start doing more edited videos. I don't know why that sounded weird. Ed, edited videos. But for now, we're just kind of doing what we do. I do have a video editing software, and so I would like to learn how to use that a little bit better. But for now, just kind of doing what we do. And so yeah, tomorrow they'll be here at 6:30 to pick us up. Um, and yeah, we'll be up and at it, and I don't know what they have planned for tomorrow. They told us to bring gloves, which I don't have any gloves. So they did mention they have some extra ones that I could use. I told him, I was like, I don't mind, getting my hands dirty. He says, well, it's not that. We don't want them to get cut. So I think we might be doing chains tomorrow, more than likely. But again, I don't really know. They didn't give us any type of outline of what's going to happen tomorrow. Just that we had some homework to do tonight. So we're gonna jump on the homework. I'm gonna throw on some anime. I've been watching some Demon Slayer recently. If you know, you know. I just started watching. Not just started, but I used to watch Dragon Ball Z when I was growing up. And so I recently, probably within the last month, got Crunchyroll, which is a great streaming service for like animes. And I watched all of Dragon. Excuse me, Dragon Ball. I watched all the episodes of Dragon Ball Z, then Dragon Ball GT, and I just finished up Dragon Ball Super maybe the day before yesterday. So we're moving on to a new one, Demon Slayer, which is a really good show. Again, if you know, you know. But yeah, again, appreciate everyone watching this video. Be sure again to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you tomorrow after orientation around this time or something. We'll get something uploaded for you guys of what we get done tomorrow. And I look forward to talking to you then, seeing you then. And yeah, so again, thanks for checking it out. I'm Roger, aka Roger That, and we are on the road to becoming a OTR truck driver. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great adventure. We're going to get a lot of good videos out in the future. And also, one thing I did find out today is that I can stay out on the road as long as I'd want to. So I was very excited about that. I was like, well, if I'm out for a month, do I have to take a week off or can I just stay out? I'm like, dude, you could stay out as long as you want to, but the month is minimum. But if you want to stay out for 3, 4 months, go for it. So one thing I'm considering doing is moving all of my stuff into a storage unit. I currently have a roommate that I rent essentially like a room from him. Uh, and yeah, so if I can save my rent every month because I'm paying for a place essentially I'm not going to be in, and just move what I do have, which isn't a whole lot of stuff, into storage. Pay, 60, $70 a month to store my stuff there for a little while and then just be on the road full time. Sounds like a pretty good idea right now. I can save a lot of money and get to travel. And again, not have to worry about a monthly expense that's pretty hefty because I live in California. So everything is expensive out there. It's crazy. the same place. I won't say like what I'm paying for, the place I'm renting or paying to my roommate, but I mean, it's crazy. I mean, what I'm paying essentially for rent back on the East Coast, where I'm originally from in Virginia, I mean, that would get what I have currently. I could get 2 bedroom, 1 bath duplex by myself for what I'm paying for a 1 bedroom out. You know what I mean? Paying my roommate out here or in California. So, yeah, that was good news too. And really excited about just being able to grind. Hopefully, it all goes well. This isn't, um, nothing's guaranteed right now. Obviously, we do orientation, and then sorry, I should have probably said this earlier, but it's just something that came to mind. But they don't guarantee the job right now, right? So we do orientation. We'll know by Thursday if it's like somewhat of a green light, and then we'll train. And then once we get done training, we have to, I think they were referring to it as soloing out. So that means once we get done with our trainer driving, our mentor, we will come back. They give us another set of skills, like a skills test that we aren't allowed to mess up on. And then we take a written test. And, excuse me, sorry about that. And, yeah, and then after that, as long as we pass that, then we can solo. So we're jumping through, not like jumping through hoops in a bad way, right? They're just making sure that obviously we're going to be safe and make good decisions out there. So it is something to think about. Again, this job right now, unfortunately, isn't like guaranteed, which isn't a bad thing. But yeah, it is what it is. And like I said, we're just going to make the best of it and learn as much as we can and just make the best of the situation. So that's pretty much it. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for day 2 of orientation, the rundown. So, yeah, thanks again. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.